we're going to do a little bit of a review on their squad. A buy, keep, and loan. Wait, no, I've messed that up. A keep, loan, sell, because we're doing buying another time. We can't buy people in this. We're doing a keep, loan, sell on the Manchester United squad. So we've got their main squad. Well, it is at the moment before this transfer window gets really into the grips of things. We know they're trying to get rid of some people, but we might disagree. Should they keep Jadon Sancho? Who knows? But yeah, we're gonna go through each of them. Who should they keep? Who should they loan out? And who should they sell? Go on, Jamie. Who are we gonna start off with?
Right, let's go. The obvious one, Andre Onana.
Okay, I'm on camp. Sell. I think he's just not the keeper. He's just not the one in my opinion. What about you, Jamie?
If they sell him, what money are they going to get for him?
About 25, 30 million.
It's a tricky one. They can't keep him.
He's not good enough. And you can't loan him.
Yeah, they're gonna have to sell him out. I mean, he's just not good enough. But I mean, I don't think they get 25 million for him. To be honest, who's stumping up 25 million for the amount of mistakes he makes?
Oh, I think in foreign leagues, Saudi league even, I could see him going out there. I really could.
Yeah, I suppose.
And to my thoughts, I mean, we'll do the other keeper, shall we? Bayinda. To my thoughts, I don't think he's any worse Bayinda than Onana, and you wouldn't get as much for him. So I would say keep him, and he should be the second choice goalkeeper.
Yeah, I was about to
they get.
Keep him.
He's a solid two. He's a solid number two, isn't he? Especially for a team that finished 15th in the league. I mean,
do you know who United should have bought for keeper? They should have bought Kelleher.
Yeah, but I don't. I think there's a lot of moves Kelleher would have done. What's happened?
Real Madrid have got a penalty in the 91st minute.
Wow. Okay. The Real Madrid India Club World Cup is on right now. Anyway, Bayinda, we're saying keep. Right, Jamie, who are we going for next?
So we will go Diego Dalot.
Oh, I think... How old is Dalot now? Like 20, 29-ish? Is he old?
Something like that, and Real Madrid's penalty just got saved.
Brilliant. I would say...
26 years.
26. I say keep. That keeps me on the keep side. I don't know about you. I don't think he's the worst. He's versatile, right? He can play left, right.
I would say keep. He can play left back. He can play right back. He could probably fill in at centre back if he had to.
In a free back.
Right. Yeah. He's probably one of their more consistent players.
Yeah.
Out of the squad, he is probably one of the more consistent players.
Yeah.
Not amazing, not awful, just consistently average for them.
Yeah.
So I'd say keep. Yeah, I'd say keep.
Yeah. All right. Who we got next?
Let's go Harry Amas. Now,
it's got to be a loan, right?
I'd say a loan. I'm not too sure how old he is.
He's still... not that old though. Is he early 20s at most, right? Like.
Let me have a look, and we'll find out.
Personally, I just think he's one for the future.
I mean, alone. He's only 18 years old. So
there you go. Yeah.
So perfect for him. Yeah.
I mean, like Leeds, he could do well at Leeds, a lower league Premier League side.
No, I think.
What do you think? Championship.
Championship. I always think a Premier League player, 18, 19-year-old player, always needs their first loan needs to be further down the pyramid, whether it be Championship or League One. And if they succeed and do have a good season in the Championship, then maybe you look at bringing them into the squad and integrating them into the team, or moving them on loan to a lower
Prem side,
yeah,
or a European side who's in the top tier. Next up, who we got?
Let's go for a Mazraoui.
Oh, keep.
Now I'm straight sell for him.
I thought he was good. I think he's quite good. I think he's been one of their best players this season.
For me, I don't think he's good. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think they can do so much better. You have to remember, if they're going to keep Dalot, I think they need a right back. They need a full rebuild. If you can't keep both right backs. You just can't. They need a right back. They need a full new defense.
Oh.
You can't. if we want to keep Mazraoui, we have to get rid of Dalot.
No, because Dalot can play left. Dalot left, Mazraoui right.
Yeah, but he can. He's more confident. He's natural more natural.
Yeah, but I don't know. I actually think Mazraoui is quite good.
Well, then we have to get rid of Dalot. Then Dalot gets
no. Right, hang on. Right, let's do it this way. We both get to put our foot down on one thing. Throughout this list, we both get to put our foot down on one thing. So, say if I put my foot down on this, you put your foot down on another thing.
Okay, you're gonna regret. You're gonna regret.
But I'm not saying I'm doing it on this one. I'm going to argue the point. Mazraoui for Manchester United has actually been one of the better players throughout the season.
That is fine. I'll accept your point, but we are not keeping both their right backs. One of them has to go.
Okay.
So
Mazraoui's better than Dalot. Dalot can go down. Dalot can go.
Right. Dalot's getting sold, and Mazraoui's staying.
Mazraoui, you have to admit, Mazraoui's better than Dalot.
They're both as bad as each other.
I actually think United fans will be on my side as well. I've seen United fans get hating on Dalot a little bit.
Maybe. I just think over the seasons, Dalot's proven himself consistently over the seasons. I know it's Mazraoui's only first season, so. All right, let's go for a Dillet.
Sell.
Let's sell him because
he's a fraud. He's terrible.
Pile of crap. There was a reason Juventus wanted to get rid of him. There's a reason that Bayern wanted to get rid of him. And United were like, oh yeah, we'll pay 65 or whatever they paid for him. Yeah, we'll take him off your hands. You don't want him. We'll quite happily take him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never seen he was so he was amazing at Ajax though. When he was in his younger years, he was absolutely amazing there.
Yeah, but that happens. Did he get an injury? Yeah. I don't think he did he?
I don't think he did. No, I think he gained weight.
Yeah, maybe. The Bayern bulking. The Bayern bulking didn't do him any favors. That's what it is.
Well. Right. Let's move on to Aiden Heaven.
Now, I'd say keep personally.
I'd say keep because, again, I know he's only like 18 years old, but Amorim seemed to like to use him and that 3-back.
I'd even say,
and he never seemed to put a foot wrong really.
And if he's not playing, I'd honestly say he'd be just as beneficial to be in the reserves than be on loan and called up at the right time. Rather, if he's on loan, he's much harder to get to.
It'd be beneficial to have him on the bench to bring on as a sub if you need to anyway. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go on. Next up.
Let's do a Mason Mount. No, I am all for sell.
Yeah, but
what? He's not good enough. Chelsea absolutely robbed United for him. He was great at Chelsea, don't get me wrong. He was really good.
He had a bad season though, and they bought him after a bad season.
Exactly. And what was that? 65 million for him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What's he done at United to prove that he should be able to be kept?
I mean, I'd say one more season. He's had injuries this season. He had glimpses when he came back from injury. You know, I personally would say keep for one more season. I wouldn't object to selling him, but you got to think, right, how much are you going to get for him? 40?
It's English tax. You're probably going to get about 30 for him, I'd say. And he'd probably end up
at 30 to 40. 30 to 40.
He's going to end up at a team like West Ham, Aston Villa.
But what are they going to get better than him for that 30 to 40? Because they will need to replace him if he goes.
Some little South American 19.
Yeah, but their recruitment's not that good. like we have to look at Manchester United, right? If they were Brighton, I would completely agree with you. But when was the last time Man United actually pulled off a good scouting mission?
I suppose.
Like they're not going to get it, and then they'll get Man United taxed anyway. I personally think they're not going to find better for him at that price.
I'll let you off on that one.
Yeah,
right, okay, we'll keep him.
Keep him for one more season. Next year when we do this again, because they're still broken, we'll sell him. I promise. All right, go on.
Right, let's go. Luke Shaw.
Sell. He's past it.
I feel for him because the injuries got to him. You know,
he got fat.
he got fat. Mourinho kicked off.
Mourinho called it right. He got it right. Another thing Mourinho got right. You know, at the end of the day.
and then he just struggled with injuries, and it's just ruined his career really. So I think sell him, lower Premier League team, maybe
20
go
million.
to MLS or something.
20 million for him, easy. Maybe even 15.
Yeah. Right. Let's go. Garnacho.
See.
Sell. I mean, he's pretty much
he's
already.
He's going.
Anyway. I don't think Amorim wants him anyway.
I think,
and the money, they'll get some decent money for him.
I think they've made a mistake in making it as public as they have with him going, because I think they've knocked off 10 million off the price tag, really. And I actually think if you'd gone back a season ago, he would have been one of the most expensive players probably to buy.
I think it doesn't help that it's the optics of showing that he's got a bad attitude. Teams aren't going to want that in their teams. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why teams like Chelsea are sniffing around him with knowing that he's got that bad attitude.
The only one I think Arsenal would do quite well to have him, and I think Arteta could maybe fix that attitude. He's got a good record of player development, and it is a positive atmosphere in Arsenal. They're much. It sounds silly, but I always look at Arsenal as they're not so much about winning at the moment. They're more about being a team and having a good team spirit. And
Garnacho isn't that. He's not.
But that could rub off on him.
He wants. You have to remember who's his idol. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
That's who he adores. Do you know what I mean?
Then he should go to Europe. Then he shouldn't want to stay in the Premier. He should want to go to Europe.
What player is more self-centered and not team-orientated than Ronaldo?
Yeah. No, I get that, but he also has the Messi nation links. But yeah. Anyways, I'm happy with sell, and yeah. Go on, next up.
Let's go Harry Maguire.
Keep. Really? You got to keep part of that soul. He works in a free back. He always has. You know what? He's a professional bloke, and I think that's what Man U need. Look, I'm not saying he should start every game, but you got someone coming on for the last 20 minutes. I feel comfortable with him coming on.
He's gonna slobhead.
Yeah, but you need a bit of that club needs professionalism. That's what it needs more than anything.
We should have had another tier saying bench, and he'd be on the bench. Mount would be on the bench.
And they'd all be on the bench. Apart from Mazraoui. Mazraoui would be a starter because we got Dalot settled. Anyway, carry on.
He's a partner in crime, Martinez, the butcher, El Butcher. Now for me, sell. Injuries he's constantly injury plagued.
He is.
He needs to be sold. He's not as good as Man United fans say he is.
He's
so overrated.
They're gonna have no one left in the team
though.
Bad.
He's so bad.
They have no one left in the team. I wouldn't say he's so bad. I think there's glimpses, but I think he always would have worked better, almost as a DM that splits up, and that's just not the role that's there anymore. It never will be.
But you're saying they're not going to have anybody left in the team. That is the whole point. They need a full team rebuild. This is years, and the team is how it is with these players because of years and years and years of poor transfer decisions. They need a whole clear out and rebuild. That is why we are here to do this. Yeah. That's what they need. They shouldn't have any. They should be selling players, and just have like 10, if that first team players still left, and then have to build from that.
Yeah. All right. Okay. You convinced me. Sell. Yeah. Fine. Bring academy prospects through. That's what I say.
Let's do. Speaking of academy products, let's go Mainu.
He's got to be keep. He's got to be. Even look. The one thing is, I would bet that most of these players, the young players, if they want to stay at Man United, will outlast the manager.
And I wouldn't sell him. I wouldn't sell him.
I wouldn't even bother loaning him because he's too good to loan. And I hate to say it as a Liverpool fan, but he is quality. And I think, let's not lie, Amorim could be out of a job in 6 months. And you'd be sitting there then with your new manager coming back in, going back to a 4-back formation with a proper midfield, and you'd be going, we need Kobbie Mainoo now because he'd work.
I think he's overrated, personally. I don't think he's as good as the hype that everybody gave him.
I think there's overhype. I think there is overhype, but there's a good player behind the overhype. Just because someone's overhyped doesn't mean there's not a solid player underneath.
I'm not saying sell him, although he's probably the player that they would get the most for.
Maybe after Garnacho. maybe after.
No, there's the English tax.
Yeah, but it's a bad season though. Bad season.
He's only 19. He's only 18, 19 still. Though.
Yeah.
Getting that like 20.
You got to whack him and keep.
I suppose.
It's not worth loaning him either. Like, it's not. He's too good to loan.
Okay. Well, let's go for Xerxes.
Sell.
I wouldn't sell him because I do think there is a player there.
Striker who can't score.
Well, they've got two of them.
Yeah, so and I'm going to say sell for Højlund too.
I'm not selling. I'm not saying keep him. I'm saying loan him out.
To where?
Get him a loan to a Premier League team, one of the promoted teams. No, not Leeds, but a Burnley or Sunderland.
Can I ask you something? Why not Leeds?
Because you'd never see it happen. I think the last.
But
Scott Wilson.
Right, but the reason, if as a fan of football, if it wasn't from Man United, would you be happy with taking him in on loan?
If he was from another team, maybe, yeah.
Why?
But I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Not as a promoted team. As a fan, I personally wouldn't. But I'm saying from a United's point of view, which is what we are doing.
Okay.
We're doing from United's point of view a lower Premier League club.
I'd loan him. I'd loan him.
A loan would be good.
I'd loan him abroad. I wouldn't even bother. I'd get him out of the spotlight for a year.
But you would loan him, yes.
Here's what I'd do. I'd loan him abroad, so that he can increase his value. Yes. Because right now it's low as anything, and hope that he has a good season so you can sell him for slightly more.
I personally think it's confidence for him.
Yeah, maybe
he's been slaughtered by.
Not as bad as Højlund. Oh, actually, by the fans, actually, I would actually argue that Xerxes had it worst. By his own fans.
Speaking of Højlund.
No, sell the donkey. Yep. Sell the donkey.
Do we need to say anything about him?
Maybe sell him to Auckland. He might make it into their starting 11.
I think he'd make it in goal. You're not getting 10 past him.
Oh god! All right, go on. Next up.
So let's go. Dorgu. I would keep.
I haven't seen anything good from him.
But I haven't seen anything bad from him. Do you know what? For me, he's the one. He's one of them. He's one of the players in that team that does try. He chases every ball. He tries to play with that extra bit of passion. And he's only young. He's only 19. Do you know what I mean? He's got room to grow. And for that, he seems to be.
Keep, but he'd be on my bench. He'd be on my bench. Keep him.
Right. Okay. We'll go Euro.
I think keep.
70 million for a player that had 6 months left on his contract.
Yeah, crazy business once again from Man United. But I'd say keep. He's young. There's talent there.
Yes, there's a player there.
There's something in there.
He definitely needs to beef up a bit.
Let's not lie. At the end of the day, Real Madrid did want him. Like Real Madrid wanted him. Which says
if Real Madrid wanted them, then it says
it's just they would not pay that excessive wage, and maybe he was a bit impatient because personally, if I was him, I would have just stayed in France for a year and gone on a free. Well,
I bet he wishes he had now.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's go Casemiro.
Sell. There's no debate on that, is there?
I wouldn't even sell him.
Just release him. Cut the contract. Yeah. Just change the locks and don't give him a new key.
Don't get me wrong. He's one of the best centre defensive midfielders in the world. Well, was.
Yeah. His legacy is great, but his
age has just got his legs, and he's.
I reckon he lied about his age. I reckon he lied. He's probably a couple of years older than he actually is.
What's he United?
Yeah. Well, no, from the start, and that's why he developed so well. So he's always a couple of years older. He prime early and stuff. Go on then, next up.
Right. Ugarte.
Keep. I think he gets a bad rap, personally.
I don't think he's bad. I think he's a bit rough.
I think he's. Yeah, but I actually don't think he's a bad player. And I don't know why he doesn't start every game, personally. I think he came with a big-ish reputation but also something to back that up, if you ask me. So. Yeah, I would say keep.
He was at PSG.
PSG, yeah, and
he went from a Spongler.
PSG bought him for a fair price tag as well, didn't they?
So there's definitely a player there.
Maybe it's an attitude thing. Maybe I don't know, but
I don't know. I think he's just a bit.
I thought he'd get more game time. Yeah, I thought he'd get more game time.
That's his problem.
Yeah.
So we will go Diallo.
Keep. Yeah, you got to keep him. I think we actually passed by him. I think he might be their most valuable player.
Really?
I think so right now, in terms of actual, like, if they were to sell. I think maybe...
I mean, if they were going to sell now, it'd be Mainu or Yoro, I'd say.
Yeah, but, well... look, do you know what? This is the thing with Dalot. I think he's good. Maybe he looks better than he is because he's playing in such a poor side.
Yes.
And I think maybe because he's trying and he is performing well. I mean,
in a couple of them games he has had to carry them.
Yeah, but then also he has then gone missing as soon as he gets marked.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a level of player, right? I always think if they shove two people on him and they're still causing issues, they're a world-class player. Like your Hazards, your Salahs, your Bales, your Ronaldos, your Messis. Yeah, shove two people on him and they're still causing issues. If you shove two people on Diallo, he's not going anywhere, is he?
No.
Bruno.
Right. The final one, Bruno Fernandes.
I say keep. I think they need him. I think they'd be relegated.
I say keep because he's captain and all that and things like that. But for me, it's sell if Saudi come in and say 150 mil. But
yeah, only sell under ridiculous circumstances, and if you had a replacement that was willing to come in.
And they did, and he said no because he didn't want to leave.
Was it Europe though? It was more Europe he didn't want to leave, wasn't it?
He didn't want to leave Europe, yeah. So there is, but nobody's going to pay him the wages that it require for him to move. And the price that one for him. So.
Anyways, that is our buy, keep, sell of Manchester United. Let us know what you would change in the comments down below, and